Most people start shopping for flooring by looking at colors, and that's completely normal. You have to like the way it looks. But color shouldn't be the first decision. Before you compare samples, ask a more useful question. What does this floor need to do in my home? I'm Jim with Floors Now, and in this video, I'll walk you through 7 things to think about before you choose any flooring. It doesn't matter whether you're looking at luxury vinyl or laminate, hardwood or tile, carpet or sheet vinyl. These questions will help you rule out the options that don't fit your home, so you're not choosing from a wall of samples that were never right for you in the first place. Start with where the floor is going. A floor in a bedroom has a different job than a floor in a bathroom. In a bedroom, you may care about warmth, comfort, and keeping the room quiet. In a kitchen, you may care more about spills, chairs scraping back and forth, dropped food, and easy cleanup. In a bathroom, you need to think about water and how slippery the surface may be. A basement may have concrete and moisture coming from below. Stairs, they take a lot of wear in a small area. One flooring material may work in several rooms, but don't assume the same material is automatically the best choice for an entire house. After that, picture how the room is actually used. Don't picture it empty and perfectly clean. Picture a normal Tuesday. Are there children running through it? A dog waiting at the door with wet paws? Mud, sand, a rolling chair? Heavy furniture, a walker, or a wheelchair? Is it a rental? Does strong sunlight hit the floor for hours? A guest room used a few times a year and a hallway used all day should not be treated the same. The harder the room is on the floor, the more you need to care about how well the product handles care, scratches, dents, cleaning, and movement. Next, think honestly about water. People hear waterproof and sometimes assume all water problems are the same. They're not. A drink spilled and wiped up right away is one thing. A pet accident, toilet overflow, dishwasher leak, damp concrete floor, or flooded basement is something else. Some floors handle water on top very well, but that doesn't make the whole room waterproof. Water could still get around the edges or underneath. Ask where water could come from, how often it might happen, and what could be damaged if it gets below the flooring. Now, think about how you want the floor to feel and sound. This gets overlooked because you can't see it in a picture. Do you want the room to feel soft and quiet? Or do you prefer a firmer, more solid floor? Do you walk barefoot in the room upstairs? Are there young children, older adults, or someone who spends a lot of time standing in a kitchen? Carpet is usually the softest and quietest. Tile is hard, cool, and solid. Hardwood, laminate, and luxury vinyl can feel very different depending on the exact product and how it's installed. None of those feels is automatically better. It depends on what will make you comfortable in that room. Another thing to decide is whether the actual material matters to you. Some people want real wood or real stone because that's part of what they're paying for. They like the natural variation from one piece to the next. And with some wood floors, they value the chance to refinish the surface later. Other people mainly want a certain look with easier cleaning, better water tolerance, or lower overall cost. And neither person is making a better decision. You just need to know whether the natural material is a must-have, or whether you care about the look and how the floor works in everyday life. Then be honest about how much care you're willing to give the floor after it's installed. Every flooring type needs care. It's just a different type of care. Carpet needs vacuuming and occasional deep cleaning. Tile has grout to keep clean. Wood may need humidity control and more attention to scratches and finish wear. Luxury vinyl and laminates are usually easier to clean, but they can still scratch, dent, and be damaged by the wrong cleaner. Also, ask what happens if one area gets damaged. Can it be repaired? Can one piece be replaced? Can the surface be refinished? The answer depends on the exact product and how it's installed. Finally, look at the whole project price, not just the printed price on the sample. Material is only one part of a flooring job. You may also have removal, disposal, floor preparation, moisture work, installation, trim, transitions, stairs, furniture, or appliance moving, delivery, and extra material for waste or future repairs. The cheapest sample is not always the cheapest finished project. Compare the complete installed cost and what you expect the floor to do for you over the years. Once you think through those 7 areas, it becomes easier to understand why different homes get different recommendations. A family with pets finishing a basement may put luxury vinyl high on the list, as long as the concrete and the product are suitable. Someone who cares about real wood and wants the option to refinish it may be happier with hardwood. A homeowner remodeling a wet bathroom may prefer porcelain tile. Someone who wants a bedroom to feel as soft and quiet as possible may choose carpet. And in a dry room, someone who wants a firm wood look and strong scratch resistance may consider laminate. The goal is not to find one floor that beats every other floor at everything. That floor doesn't exist. The goal is to find the floor whose strengths match the way you live and whose downsides you can accept. Here's a simple way to make that decision. Before you shop, make 3 lists. First, write down your must-haves. These are the things the floor absolutely needs to do. Maybe it needs to handle pets, go over concrete, stay quiet upstairs, or be made from real wood. Next, write down your nice-to-haves. These are things you would like, but you could compromise on, such as extra wide planks, a certain shade, or an attached pad. Last, write down your deal breakers. These are the things you already know you don't want. Maybe you don't want grout, a hard and cold floor, carpet cleaning, visible transition strips, or the small gaps in movement that could come with real wood as the seasons change. Once you have those 3 lists, the showroom becomes a lot easier to navigate. So don't choose a floor based on color alone. Start with the room, the way you live, the water risks, the way you want the floor to feel, whether the material itself matters, the amount of care you're willing to do, and the complete project cost. Then, use those answers to decide which flooring types are actually worth comparing. I've created a simple flooring fit worksheet that walks you through all 7 areas and helps you list your must-haves, nice-to-haves, and deal breakers. In the next video, I'll explain what resilient flooring is, where luxury vinyl fits into that group, and why that term matters when you compare flooring.